Come with us as we spend the weekend in Traverse City, Michigan and the Sleeping Bear Dunes. We drove from Windsor, Ontario, Canada to spend the last weekend of May in Traverse City. It was our first time visiting this part of Michigan and we booked an excellent Airbnb in downtown, which I can link below. The Friday we arrived, we booked a 4-hour sunset wine tour on Viator, which advertised bringing us to 2 wineries and 1 distillery in this fantastic magic shuttle bus. However, since there was only 4 of us on the tour, our guide Todd told us we should be able to fit in a 3rd winery that evening, which we did. The tour left the city at 5:30 and the drive took us into the peninsula and along some winding roads with beautiful views. Our first stop was Hawthorne Vineyards, which boasted a beautiful outdoor sitting area and excellent scenery, as well as a classy indoor tasting area. Hawthorne Vineyards had a number of different flight options and a nice mix of reds, whites, and rosé. We enjoyed the wine and had a flight each as well as a glass each. We thought the prices were a little on the higher side at Hawthorne as it totaled $95 Canadian. Overall, we enjoyed our first stop on this 4-hour sunset wine tour at Hawthorne Vineyards. We stayed around 50 minutes before jumping back on the bus and heading to our second stop. Our next stop was about 10 minutes away, and everywhere we went in this area was enjoyable to look at. Winery number 2 was Chateau Grand Traverse, which is, from my understanding, one of the longest running and most well-known wineries in the region. Upon arrival, we walked into a beautiful wine shop with a walk-up tasting bar. We really enjoyed our time here, and after grabbing a glass of wine each and ordering a plate of fresh mozzarella with local heirloom tomatoes and bread, we sat on the nice large patio. They had live music and a nice view of the property, which we enjoyed under a large umbrella at our table. The 2 glasses of wine and cheese plate cost us $48 Canadian. Just like that, we were at stop number 3 on our trip, which was Bonobo Winery, only a few minutes down the road from Chateau Grand Traverse. This one wasn't originally on the itinerary, but I'm glad our tour guide brought us here, as Grace and I enjoyed Bonobo's outdoor setting the most. The raised patio allowed us to see way off into the distance, which was stunning, especially as the sun began to set. Bonobo also had live music, an amazing duo called the Mixed Drift, which we really enjoyed, and there was an area below the deck where you could wander around with picnic tables and chairs. They even had a giant swing that served well as a photo op. 2 delicious glasses of wine cost $38 Canadian, and they allow you to take the glass home with you, which is nicely branded with Bonobo's logo. An excellent place I'd love to go back to. Time for our 4th and final stop on the tour. Not a winery, but a distillery called Old Mission Distilling. This was a unique place with extremely friendly staff and unique cocktails, which Grace explored. I was enjoying my wine night, so I had another glass of wine outdoors on their covered patio.
Oh, you don't know too late. I was like, I didn't know I could do that.
That was it for our 4-hour wine tour of Michigan's Old Mission Peninsula. When we left the distillery, the sun was setting and we ordered a wine to go, which we were able to drink on the bus. We loved our wine tour with Todd on the Magic Shuttle bus, and we would definitely recommend it. We woke up Saturday ready to explore Traverse City and surrounding areas on our own. Our first impression was that the city had a beach vacation-y vibe to it, which was quite nice, and we felt like we were surrounded by water. Also nice. The weather was beautiful, so off we went to see as much as we could. After enjoying some of Bubby's Bagels, an extremely busy and delicious local bagel shop, we drove to Bryce Estate and made a quick stop there, mostly just to see the property and where their lavender grows. As you'll see, it isn't in season right now, but we walked the property a little bit and enjoyed the nice scenery around us at this local winery and lavender farm. We wanted to drive as far as we could up the peninsula, and we did just that after leaving Bryce Estate, which led us to Mission Point Lighthouse. There's a free parking lot, and you can take a quick walk to look at the building and also read some facts about it. This lighthouse was built in 1870 and sits exactly on the 45th parallel, meaning it's halfway between the North Pole and the equator. You can walk all around the lighthouse and even go in it and pay for a tour, but we just chose to walk the property and also onto the beach, which was right there. It had beautiful views, nice soft sand, and a really peaceful place to be on a nice summer afternoon. While this was only a short stop for us, we really liked it. For one, it's nice to travel the entire peninsula and end up at a place where you can't drive any further. Also, it would be a great place for a family who wants to spend the day at the beach. The parking was close and there were bathrooms as well, so you could bring everything you need for a day at the beach. It was a 25-minute drive from Mission Point Lighthouse back to Traverse City. We made the trek back, parked at our Airbnb, and walked 10 minutes to Front Street, which is the main hub in the downtown area. As far as walking downtown, I recommend you walk the entirety of Front Street and go into the shops that stand out to you. You definitely have to hit up Cherry Republic and sample some of their unique cherry-focused products. Delicious. And there are also a ton of restaurants and watering holes for you to enjoy. Time can move so strange. Something really unique and fun was the beach right in the downtown area. This isn't a small dirty beach either. This is a really nice beach with a walking path next to it and nice sand to walk on. If you want to be right downtown but also be able to enjoy a nice beach where you can sit, enjoy the water, and enjoy the heat, Traverse City has the perfect setup for you. Grace and I love walking around downtown Traverse on our Saturday night. We ate some delicious sushi and we finished the evening with a walk on the beach. On Sunday morning, we checked out of our Airbnb and drove the 45 minutes to Sleeping Bear Dunes and its national park, which cost $25 US to enter. This has been on our list for a very long time, so we were quite excited to see all of this. We first stopped at the Dune Climb, which you can find on your map, and this was a great place to start our journey into Sleeping Bear Dunes. There's a Dune Center store there, and the park guide was very helpful in planning our day with us. After chatting with the guide and buying a postcard, which we do everywhere we go, we did the mandatory dune climb. And this is a very climbable dune that most people should be able to do, and I recommend everyone doing it if they can. Just go as far and as long as you can before turning back, but it's a nice experience to say you've done it, and there's pretty nice views at the top for you to enjoy. So don't just slip by. We had limited time in Sleeping Bear Dunes on this Sunday afternoon, but next our guide recommended us enjoying the Pierce Stocking Scenic Drive, which was quite lovely. You'll get a map when you enter the park, which will tell you about all of the stops you can make on this drive. So enjoy the views and get the most out of your experience. But overall, this drive is a really great way to see multiple lookouts and a vast area in the national park. Eventually on the Pier Stalking Scenic Drive, you'll end up at the main attraction, which is the Sleeping Bear Dunes Overlook, which you can find on your maps. This is stunning and has the most extreme steep dunes I've ever seen personally, and this is what you'll see a lot of people sharing if they've visited the dunes before. There's a parking lot on site, and then just a short walk will bring you to the extraordinary views that people will travel to experience. Some people were navigating down these dunes, but they were much too steep for us to wander down, but we still enjoyed the great views, and seeing something so extraordinary was pretty breathtaking and definitely worth the trip there. Well, unfortunately, after spending the morning and part of the afternoon at Sleeping Bear Dunes, we had to begin our 4+ hour journey back to downtown Detroit and through the tunnel to Windsor, Ontario, Canada, which was another nice drive. We were just so happy to have experienced such a nice weekend in Michigan and in Traverse City and at the Sleeping Bear Dunes.